and girls, I'm DK TARDIS and you are here for another video review. And we are going to take a look at the box because this is what you are here for, the review, not to hear me Twitter on. So here is the box. Now Takara has gone back to the big masterpiece boxes because Sideswipe's box was a bit small. And this is just a quick look at the box because it's, you know, I can't really read the writing. It shows some of the features and the product shots and all that lovely masterpiece goodies, and that's what you get in the box.
Here
but
is,
we will get as with all my reviews, I will be starting off in cassette mode. But first we are going to take a look at some of his accessories. Now he does come with Megatron in gun form. He does obviously come with Laserbeak, which we'll be taking a look at in a bit more detail in a second. And a scanner for his hand, a cassette for Laserbeak. You've got an energon cube, and you have another chest plate, which I will all be getting into properly in robot mode. But not only does he come with those accessories, but as you saw, he does actually come with other bits in a baggie. So that's the instruction manual, which I can't read. He does come with an extra pamphlet which does show you the cassette gimmick, but I will be getting into that in robot mode. And of course, as with all other masterpieces, he comes with the collector's cards. And there you go. If I turn it around, it's probably a bio, but I don't know if you can see it, but there's the stats for Soundwave and Laserbeak, or as he's called in Japan, Condor. And there we go, that's them. And let's take a look at Soundwave in a little bit more detail. Now, size comparison wise, here he is with G1. Here he is with the G1 toy, and as you can see, the masterpiece Soundwave is significantly bigger and bulkier, but amazingly he does look a lot like the Generation 1 toy. Oh, hang on. The only thing different there is you've got the moulded data, but we are going to get into that in a sec. See how it all stacks up like that. And on the underneath you can see it's virtually the same. So yeah, and just for fun, another size comparison. Here he is with mp-13. Now it doesn't scale very well, not in this mode anyway. But as I said, let's look at this in a bit more detailed. It's an amazingly detailed figure. You've got the buttons do actually depress in there. You've got a red jewel in there, but sadly I can't get it to show up, but it is red. You've got the port what he used in the 1986 movie. You've got various different, you know, memory card slots and other USB ports and various different things. You've got a switch on the back, which is the on-off switch, which does work, and you've got the volume switch, which does move up and down just ever so slightly. Top here, and you actually have, it does have moulded in the earphone port, and I just so happen to have a pair of earphones. So what we're going to do is we are going to try and push it in, and there you go. It actually has a working earphone port. That is fantastic. That is brilliant. Right, we're going to put well, we're going to put Soundwave off to the side just for a second, just while we look at Laserbeak. Now this is Laserbeak's cassette form, and here he is with the G1 cassette. Now, as you can see, it is roughly the same size and thickness. It just looks a little bit different. Absolutely fantastic. That was a size comparison with the G1 toy, and this is the other accessory that Laserbeaks come with. And of course, just like the G1 toy, you can pop him in now, get him the right way around, and close him up, and he's in there. And just don't know if you can make it out, but that does actually say Transformers on there, which is a really nice little right nod. That was Soundwave's alt mode. Let's get him transformed and into robot mode. Okay, here he's in robot mode. Now, let's get the boring bit out of the way first. The size comparison. Here he is with G1 Soundwave, significantly bigger than G1 Soundwave, and of course let's not forget mp-13. Now, as it should be, mp-13 is a little bit bigger than Soundwave, but you know, it does scale really well in robot mode with the other Masterpiece. So let's get them out of the way and look at right, let's take a look at Laserbeak. Here he is, and here he is next to his Generation 1 counterpart, and I have to say that Masterpiece Laserbeak is significantly more cartoon accurate, but then, you know, it was going to be, because, you know, the G1 toy is just, it's a classic, but the Masterpiece version is so much better. Let's get rid of the G1 toy for a sec, and let's take a look at Laserbeak in a bit more detail. Now, as I said, his head sculpt is absolutely fantastic, so much like the G1 cartoon. It's unbelievable. Now, these bits on the back here, the little lasers and thrusters, are actually part of the transformation instead of being separate pieces like on the G1 toy. Now, he does have a gimmick, and it is this. If you just, there's a little bit there on the top of his head, just hit this card slightly. So if you can get your nail in, and Laserbeak does have a gimmick in bird mode. As you can see, the top of his head is slightly different colour to the rest of him. So all you got to do is get your nail and flip it up, and he has his, oh blimey, just on a little bit, and he has his camera, which I think he actually used several times, most notably in the 1986 movie. Posability, his wings do move, bend, and his head, you know, his head and neck is hinged, and his feet can turn. And that's roughly about it for his posability. But if we fetch in, as you can see on the bottom of Laserbeak's feet, there is grooves. Now, he has grooves on his shoulder. Laserbeak can fit or be pegged on to Soundwave's shoulder, and it is a fairly tight fit. But not only that, he has clear pegs on the sides of his arms. So if you bend his arm like that, Laserbeak can actually fit on his arm as well. Like that. Which is really neat. But let's put Laserbeak away for a second. More detail now. As you can see, he has got a very, very nice head sculpt. So cartoon accurate, it's unbelievable. But this is what you have come to expect with the Masterpiece figures. Now, as in the transformation, you used to see me do, he does come with one more accessory. This. Now to do it, you have to do that, and pop that out, and then what do? You come in here and try and get that out, that out, and this is very, very fiddly and tight, but you can pull it out and there you've got Soundwave's gun, Soundwave's concussion blaster, and here he is with the G1 concussion blaster. From point to tip, they are relatively the same size. So let's get the G1 out of the way. The only other accessory, and let's look at Soundwave's Articulation. Now, his head is on like a ball joint, maybe. His head can move up and down, and it can rotate 360 degrees. His arms can rotate 360 degrees and can come out and then come out again. Can also got a swivel at the bicep, double jointed elbow, and the hands do swivel, and the fingers are posable. Bottom three are all on a single joint, but the first finger is actually got a joint at the knuckle, but you are going to have to be careful because it does pop off. So he does have a waist swivel as well. The legs can, now the leg articulation can be a bit on the dodgy side. Now as you can see, his legs are like this, which is accurate to the G1 toy, which you do get a full, backwards, forwards, but backwards is a bit limited. And of course you can go out to the side, but if you rotate it and then rotate the leg, you can actually have him like that, which then means your forward and backward movement is relatively the same, and it's all thanks to this little joint here. So it really does depend on how you really want to display Soundwave, whether the toy accurate or maybe even a bit cartoon accurate. But he does have a very good knee. You've got some pivoting, no rotation. You can put it forward, and it does have some pivot, so you can actually get some good poses out of him. But let's look at him in a bit more detail now. As I said before, the head sculpt is just absolutely fantastic, and as you can see, he does have some really good eyes there. There's no light piping, they are just like a metallic finish with the clear red plastic. This is his shoulder cannon. It is attached to the body as you saw in the transformation, but it can rotate, and it looks absolutely Take a look phenomenal. At the accessories in a bit more detail. Here is the energon cube. Now the Amazon Japan exclusive does come with 2 more of these, and if you go to, I think it's takarafans.com or something like that, I'll put the address there anyway, you can actually get an insert for this which will turn it from clear to being the more pinkish show accurate colour. But you can actually attach it to his chest if you just want to take off this piece, which is very tight to do, and obviously you don't want to break it, but it does come off, and just put that bit off to the side. You can actually attach it to his chest to make it look like he's producing energon cubes. Pretty neat. Now he does come with another chest plate which attaches in much the same way as the energon cube did, just like that. Now you are supposed to have insert. It does come with inserts for that, which this and that, but it's on the back of the instruction sheet, which I am not cutting it out, but I will get it photocopied, and when I review the Soundwave's minions, which I will be getting because I've already pre-ordered them, I will show it off and get it photocopied in that review. Right, now the buttons still do work on here, and of course he has the whole chest gimmick. Now the question on everybody's lips, can he eject his own cassettes? The answer to that is yes, he can. And I'll just pop his finger off. If you just get his finger moulded like that, and there, he can eject his own cassette. What else I think is cool, which I will get into more in the Minion review, is he does actually come with some storage for weapons for the minions. Okay? But we'll come to that in the Minions review. Now, other accessories. Of course, you've got the Megatron gun, which, and just close up his fist, and there you go. You can hold it. He can hold it really well. He can actually hold his concussion blaster as well. So you got the pegs there, and it just literally pegs into his hand. Like that. And you can close it up. And I have just popped the finger off. Again, this is what you have to watch with this, is the fact that your finger does pop off really easily. But it's nothing, a little bit of, suppose you can actually tighten that up, or just be careful. So here he is. You can hold his concussion blaster. He does have his scanner, which you just pop open his arm, fold in the hand, close that back up, and you can see you've got two little ports, and you've got the thingy there which does just peg in, and you've got the scanner which he used onto his main gimmick, which is his cassettes. Now, as I said previously, Laserbeak can store in his chest just like that. But if you, let me take Laserbeak out a minute. If you push in where the cassette holds, and I'm not sure if that's going to show up. Let me get a bit more light so you can see it. But it does have some pretty good moulded in detail in there, which is really nice. Nice little touch. But if you just push that in all the way, he can actually hold 3 cassettes. Now, because the Masterpiece cassettes have not been released yet, we are going to use G1s. Of course, you've got Laserbeak, which does pop in, and we'll use Ravage, which also fits, and let's not forget Masterpiece Laserbeak, which also fits. Now, press this button down to eject, and it ejects the first one, which is good. And then if you come around, there's a little like a tab thing here. Okay, sorry about that. If you push it, it will shoot the other cassette forward like that, and of course if you press it again, there's the other cassette. I haven't made my mind up. Can I recommend this figure? Yes, I can. It is highly cartoon accurate, highly poseable, and the fact that he is going to get some other minions like Ravage, Rumble, Frenzy, and of course the bloody horrible Buzzsaw, which is just a repaint of Laserbeak. If you don't get the other minions, then of course Soundwave, Masterpiece Soundwave is a fantastic figure to have on its own with Laserbeak. I'm going to wrap the review up there. A big thank you to all my viewers and subscribers, and of course my very, very generous Mummy TARDIS, for giving me this figure for Christmas. So, as I said, I've been DK TARDIS. Thank you all for watching.
Transformers, more than meets the eye.